Hey everyone, Tanner Bell here, founder of makersgonnalearn.com, a digital die cutting platform teaching you guys how to master your die cutting machine. We have over 1,000 cut files, almost 200 plus fonts, and tons of classes and training to help you guys master your die cutting machine. In today's video, we are comparing the Cricut EasyPress versus a heat press. Guys, there are so many different things for both of these machines that we cannot wait to give you kind of like some pros and cons of each of these to help you make a really educated buying decision. As you guys know, we've used the EasyPress for the past few years, and we really love these for consumers. This right here is a heat press. This is a 5-in-1 heat press, just to let you guys know if you are considering one, which one we have kind of tested out, played with, and whatnot. So that is what we're using for this particular comparison. But honestly, all heat presses are roughly the same when it comes to weight, durability, and different things like that. So I'm super excited to give you this comparison. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm going to first start with some of the pros of EasyPress because that is what I'm most familiar with, and that's what we totally recommend for all of our friends that are consumers, that are just making projects and not really mass producing anything. So a few things that we love about it is how user-friendly it is. There's interactive guides. We offer one on our website. Cricut gives you all the instructions on how to use this machine. It's really lightweight and works really well with the Cricut EasyPress mat, or you're able to use a terry cloth towel folded 3 or 4 times. So it's very portable. You're able to move this around, it's pretty lightweight. This is the largest EasyPress, and you're not going to have any weight issues moving that around. Now they offer it in 3 different sizes. So it has a 6x7, a 9x9, and a 12x10 EasyPress, and they start at only $115. So that is definitely a pro to the Cricut EasyPress for that affordability option. It takes only 2 minutes to heat up, which is very nice, and it will keep this ready to go, and it always heat back up to the temperature you have it set to. If you move it, hit a project, and things like that. One thing I absolutely adore on this particular EasyPress that a lot of our heat presses do not have is that it has an auto shutoff. Just like all the things in your home that needs them, like your hair dryer or your curling iron and things like that, you need that auto shutoff. So after 10 minutes of non-use, so without pressing any buttons on here and using it, it will auto shut off. So if you made a shirt, ran out the door, in 10 minutes, if you didn't turn it off yourself, it will auto shut off, which is another fantastic pro. Another thing, it doesn't get dangerously hot, and it's super versatile. What I love about my EasyPress is in videos all the time, if it's 350 degrees, I bump up to it, I touch it, things like that. It's totally safe. If you are on the craft table, your kids, as long as they don't stick their fingers like directly into the heat press or the EasyPress, you're going to have fine results, and it's going to be really awesome. So that's some pros towards our Cricut EasyPress. And we're going to now give you some cons on the Cricut EasyPress. So where it is a EasyPress, it's honestly, people compare it as a large iron. So typically, you're going to have to apply a lot of pressure yourself to your EasyPress, and sometimes it's going to require you to hit the project multiple times to make sure you get that really well heated result, and you're having to control the pressure yourself. So if you are someone that doesn't have a lot of upper body strength or cannot apply that pressure, maybe the EasyPress is not right for you. Again, you're going to have to apply the pressure yourself. This is not recommended for mass production. I would not use an EasyPress if I was making lots and lots of projects, and you usually have to hit it potentially a few different times to get the best results, and that is kind of due to the fact that everyone's applying their own pressure. Typically, what I've seen, if you're not happy with the Cricut EasyPress, is you're not using the machine at the right pressure and things like that. So it's really important to get that firm, evenly distributed pressure. And again, just as a reminder, never use this on an ironing board. Always use this on like your kitchen countertop, and if you don't have any sturdy tables to use it on, go ahead and use it on the floor. You'll never go wrong there. Now for our heat press 5-in-1, what we love about this right here is that it's great for businesses and mass production. I highly recommend this right here if you are going to be someone that is making a lot of shirts, selling a lot of shirts, doing a lot of repetitive projects. It's fantastic. It self-applies even pressure, so we right here are not having to worry about, am I giving it enough of firm pressure? This right here has this clamp that can swivel, and then you just go in, apply that pressure, and it gives the pressure for you. It just like our Cricut EasyPress has the temperature and time and whatnot, so it's really nice. It's really great for businesses and mass production. You can usually only have to hit the project once because you're getting that firm pressure, you're getting all the details worked out, and it's really great for that scalability in your cutting. And that's why we highly recommend it for our friends that are running businesses and creating a lot of t-shirts and different things. So that's definitely some of our favorite pros on this. And you know, you could always find different things about each machine, but these are some of the main pros that we found for the heat press 5-in-1. Now for our cons here, we are just so accustomed to the EasyPress, so I'm letting you guys know very openly, I prefer the EasyPress. Not only have I used it the most, but I just really like it because I know what most of our consumers' needs are that watch these videos. So some of the cons here is that it takes up a ton of crafty space. You can see right here this comparison from the largest EasyPress to a heat press is quite a big difference, and it is heavy. Rachel made a comment about it. I've made comments about it. This thing is super bulky and heavy, and most people just don't need something this industrial in their craft space. You know, it takes 6 minutes to heat up compared to only 2 minutes with an EasyPress. So if you're an impatient crafter like myself, you are definitely going to see a big difference in time that it takes to heat up. But again, some people may prefer that to be able to mass produce things and different things like that. One thing I like to note is that this is not portable. I don't know about you guys, my EasyPress has went with me to parties to iron out like table runners and iron tablecloths. I've used it to iron curtains. It's a very portable EasyPress, but essentially it's just a larger iron, so people will have issues applying the pressure, but I use it for so many different things, and once you get the hang out of it, it is truly fantastic. So you have to have this heat press on its own outlet. It blows breakers more than it hits shirts was Rachel's recommendation and comment that she made. We usually use extension cords and things like that for where we're located, but this has to be on its own outlet. You cannot have it on a surge protector or things like that. It needs to be, or a strip cord and things. You want to have it on its own outlet and not anything else taking energy from it. So it's not that practical for us. And then next up, it comes with all of these bulky attachments. And what we're not too fond of is that you have to remove this entire plate to put on any of these others. So you have to unscrew all of these different things, and it just seems like a large hassle to be able to go from making a t-shirt to hitting a hat. So if you're running a business and you can make 20 shirts and then you have to make 20 hats, and you know, that is when it gets worth it. But for us, we are able to use the EasyPress to, you know, make hats. There's a few different attachments. This is a 5-in-1. So, you know, if you're wanting to make cups, that's a great alternative. But it does require quite a bit of work to get to that step. So the things that typically would like sell us on it being like, oh, you know, it's specially designed, I just don't think it's that practical for someone like us to want to unscrew all these pieces and then put them back, just because of all the time hassle that it will take. So that's, you know, probably a con for us. And the price right here is $220. Again, if you're running a business, $220 isn't terrible. But for us, when you can get an EasyPress starting at around $115 and a 9x9 EasyPress 1, the blue model is probably like $89 to $99 if you find it on sale. That's definitely where you could spend money on material and make more projects than spending $220. And then the last con right here, guys, is that this thing is not very kid friendly, and it gets super, super hot. So this right here is how this one works. So you pull it up, and then you have to twist this over to the side. So this right here is your heating plate. It's going to get super hot. I would be very worried about myself. So even though I swiveled it all the way over, you have to have a lot of swivel room, and against a wall, which is where I craft, this would totally not be practical. I would be really worried about placing my shirt down. You know, you really want to swivel it all the way behind you to not have to worry about this, and to put your shirt down and make sure everything's even, and then you swivel this back over. So there's a lot of different things, and it even has a caution sticker that says high temperature, do not touch. But when you're having to touch this a lot, like you always will not be able to hit the handles and just hit the handles. You'll obviously at some point touch this when you're having to move it around. And if you try to swivel it just over a little bit, you truly have to have a lot of space to go the full length. So that is one of the flaws, and one of the cons for us is that how much space you have to swivel this all the way around back. And it's not very kid friendly. So if you have kids, if you get this, definitely keep it in its own space. Monitor them very, very well from the time it heats up to the time it cools down. But this is our comparison between the Cricut EasyPress line and a regular heat press. I hope that helps you make your buying decision. We will have links for the Cricut EasyPress down below. We'll also link to this exact heat press for you guys to compare them. If you're interested, let us know, and we'll do more training on how to use heat presses if that is something you guys would like to know from our perspective. There are so many ins and outs about them, so I'm sure there are some great videos we could put together for you guys. But if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We would love to see you in some of our other videos when we educate on how to use your die cutting machine. So I hope you guys have a great day. Give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment, check us out at makersgonnalearn.com for all your die cutting needs, and we will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.